What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. So I had to do the gifting. Sorry that took me so long. I was doing the gifting of the membership. Now, I have other YouTubers saying that they got an email from YouTube about they can do gifting. So I have to look. I have to look into that. If YouTube is giving me some memberships to give away, I'll make sure that I'll take care of that as well. But I haven't seen an email about it. So I don't know if they're picking and choosing. I don't know if that's like a beta thing. I don't know if like once you have a certain number of members, that's a perk for the, for the YouTuber. I don't know. Anyway, hey everybody, come on in, come on in, come on in. We are talking about Love and Marriage DC. So for the 5 people that I gifted memberships to, let me let you guys know. It was Amber Shelley, DK, Des Hop, Vovo, and Beth Dutton. So shout out to the 5 members who were gifted memberships. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Some of you guys have had memberships in the past, so welcome back. And again, remember, if you want to be eligible to receive the gifts, make sure that you guys are going to the gifting. You're hitting the icon in the chat. I think you hit is it the $? And then you allow gifting. If you are on an iPhone, you're gonna need to do it directly from a computer. Yeah. So all right, you guys, come on in, and come on in. Hey, Cross Country Cruiser, Harold, Angela, Sharon, and Natty. Hey, you guys. Now y'all know I know we kind of late, so I don't really expect a large crowd. Plus I wasn't sure if I was even going to review Love and Marriage DC, much less do a live review. So as you can see, I had to put my hair in a ponytail, honey. It was just getting a little too wild. I can't wait to get it done, child. Anyway, I have a lot to say, and so that's part of the reason why I did go live. I'm getting you. Listen, for those who were here earlier, you know that my DirecTV is out, so I did it through DirecTV, the app online, through my smart TV. The only thing I don't like are the commercials. I have to sit through commercials. So, anyway, hey Xavier, what's going on? Hey, Lemon Kush. But anyway, we're gonna work on it. But again, if I can save the kind of money, like I know what my DirecTV bill is, and I know what y'all kept talking about all these different YouTube TV and DirecTV and stuff. The price difference, the amount of money I'd be saving is ridiculous. So I can sit through some damn commercials. I grew up with commercials weren't an option. You sat through the commercials, okay? Anyway, moving on. So I've gotten too used to recordings, and I can just fast forward through it. But anyway, this is Love and Marriage DC, Season 3, Episode 2. When we get to the end of this, I do have some tea to give y'all. Now, this isn't tea that I came up with. This ain't tea that was told to me. I got this tea from Kamisha Reviews. So, Tracy, when you get a chance, can you drop Kamisha Reviews link in the chat? Carmen was on her live review that they did last Sunday, and baby Carmen was dropping tea. So we're going to talk about some of that tea that Carmen was dropping, and then y'all got to get over there and hear for yourself, baby, because Carmen was on fire that whole live, okay? She was on fire that whole live. So we're going to get to it. I'm going to tell you some of what was said, but y'all know what we do over here. Y'all go over, y'all give Kamisha a click and a view, and y'all tell Kamisha that ReallyB sent you. So we start this episode off. We are still down at Milk and Honey. I told y'all on my review last week, well, it was really earlier this week, that Milk and Honey is a restaurant that I frequent. It is a Black owned, and it's not too far from my house. The food is good. I recommend it. If you're in the area, y'all get on over to Milk and Honey. They have some great food and some great options, and I recommend it. Okay. But Urena and Ashley are still there talking. Now, here's the thing. I'm glad that in that moment, it seemed like they came to an understanding. Not to reiterate everything that I said in my review last week, but just to say this. When people get mad, they're not always rational. Thank you, Tracy. Tracy has dropped Kamisha's review in the chat. Oh, and this is a members only chat on my main channel, ReallyBTV. But if you want to chat freely, guys, go over to ReallyBTV space review. So if you're in the main chat, yes, Beth is a member. If you guys want to chat freely, you can chat freely over on the ReallyBTV reviews channel. Y'all know we're still building that channel up. So you're more than welcome to chat freely over there if you are not a member on the ReallyBTV channel. So nobody's being excluded. You just gotta go to a different location. Okay. With that being said, thank you, Harold. I understand that when people get upset, they're not always thinking rational. I know when I'm mad, and sometimes even while you're mad, you know that what you're saying is not rational. You know that what you're saying don't make any sense, but you're mad. You know what I mean? So in the moment, Ashley was mad. Do I think that it was reasonable for her to be mad at Urena for going to talk to Joy? Because her and Joy are both, she's friends with, she was in a bad situation and she's friends with both of them. And like she said, I saw Joy first. If I had seen you first, I'd have talked to you first. After I talked to Joy, I came back in the house to talk to you to get your side of it, to find out what was happening. But at that moment, Ashley was already here. And then when Ashley was here, then Urena was here because Ashley was here. And it was bad. I'm glad they were able to dissolve it and they were able to come to an understanding. The other conversation they had was actually brought up the comment that Cliff made about having a problem with competition or feeling some kind of way because they came onto the show or whatever. I do not think it was jealousy. However, I do think that Ashley is the kind of person that does not deal with change well. We saw, and Ashley is not a very forgiving person. Once Ashley is mad, that's it, that's all. Once she decides that you have crossed her, you have wronged her, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to get to that next spot. Y'all know what I'm saying? And I mean, look at with her and Winter. Now, her and Winter are friends in real life now. They've worked past it, but it just takes a lot. I don't want to say, and Kim, I don't want to say she's a mean girl. I understand why people say that. Let me say that. I understand why people say that. I personally don't want to say she's a mean girl, but I think that she definitely has trust issues. She definitely, it's hard for her to bend. She expects everybody to bend to her, but it's hard for her to bend to people. And maybe that's the definition of a mean girl. I don't know. Maybe. So, with that being said, we see Winter and we see Joy working out. And this is before Winter and Ashley made up. So basically it was just a it was basically an amen session. Like Joy is telling Ashley about the party and about her getting put out the party. And Winter was like, oh, well, girl, come over here and join the club. Hell, you got put out. I got put out. We all done got put out. Ashley, first, yeah, you know what? I wrote that in my notes. I promise you, Kim, it is in my notes. Y'all not going to be able to see it, but baby, I wrote it right here. It says Joy and Winter, and it says wig. It is right there in my notes. It says wig. Baby, what? Winner. Girl, what the fuck was you thinking? Who told you? Was it a bet? Did you lose a bet? Girl, who told you to put that pixie wig, that pixie gray, white wig on your head? What was that? There was absolutely nothing flattering, cute, or anything like that about that wig. There was nothing. There's nothing you gonna tell me to make me think that that wig was a good idea. I don't care what. I don't care about. There's nothing. There's nothing you gonna tell me to make me think that wig was a good idea. So, with that being said, that scene was really just a, it was a, yeah, girl, I got put out too. Yeah, girl, me too. Oh, she don't like you. She don't like me either, girl. High five. That's pretty much what that scene was. Then we see Ashley and her assistant, and we find out that this is when Jamie made the comments online about Quick. When Quick made the comment that he was a bad kid, and Jamie felt some kind of way about it, and he proceeded to go down to to Instagram and Twitter and tweet about it or whatever. I agree 100% that this generation, and it's not the young generation, okay? Because we just saw Nicki Minaj, 40-year-old ass, have a whole social media meltdown last week. So I don't think it's limited to age, more so where we are as a society, where people feel like going on social media and airing out your grievances is better than having a conversation with somebody. Right. I agree, Tracy. I think she looks cute with short hair, but not that wig. What I will say is I agree with, and I don't know if a lot of people caught this. I'm not going to jump to it because I have a bigger conversation to have. But one thing Quick said when they got to when they got to Urena and Jamie's house, Quick was like, the same way you could text me about getting in the club, you could have texted me about this. And what that said to me was that Jamie has reached out to Quick in the past for a favor or for something he wanted. But when he got angry, rather than calling Quick and saying, yo, that pissed me off, I didn't appreciate what you said, you went to social media. And that is what I think Quick got upset about, was why did you feel like that was the appropriate way of handling it? Now I'm gonna have the bigger conversation in a minute, because I got a lot to unpack with the Quick Jamie. I have a lot to unpack with that. So let me get to that. But I did want to, because I didn't want to forget that point, that Jamie does know how to talk about him. Okay. But we're gonna get to that. Kim, we're gonna get there, baby, because I don't disagree with what you're saying. We have we have Cliff and we have Carmen. Now I told you guys, Carmen done spilled a lot of tea. Carmen done spilled. I can't even get it out. Carmen done spilt a lot of tea, and that put this conversation in a little bit of a different perspective for me. And I'll get to that at the end. But just put a pin in this whole Carmen, Joy, Cliff situation. We're gonna come back to it, but basically in this scene, we saw Cliff is trying to do this beard oil, and Joy is supposed to be helping him with the getting his copyrighted everything, and get, I guess, his. And the one thing that I'd never heard anybody say was a patent. Like, you're creating a beard oil. What's more important than the copyright is, well, I shouldn't say more important because I'm not a lawyer, but it would seem to me like the patent for whatever formula you're using for your beard oil should be more important than making sure that the logo has a copyright. I mean, did you set up an LLC? Did you set up, like, how an incorporate? Like, I'm working on all of that for ReallyBTV right now myself, and so I get lost in it, and it is frustrating, and it's a lot when you don't know what you're doing, and you don't really want to pay a whole lot of people to tell you what to do, when sometimes it's just as simple as going to this website, downloading this form. But at the same time, sometimes that's what you need to do to get the information that you need to get. I feel like the way Carmen was acting in this scene, Carmen was definitely playing up for the camera. She was definitely throwing out innuendos and making double entendres and things of that nature. And my problem with that is when y'all were on Ready to Love, all that shit was cute, right? But in the capacity that you're on this show, Joy and Cliff are married. We know that they're married. You're their friend. You're helping him with business. That is where the relationship should be. I'm not saying that y'all can't laugh and joke. And I'm not even saying that y'all can't. I mean, if y'all are friends in real life, but I'm going to be perfectly honest. If I'm Joy and I watch that scene, I got a problem. And I get it that the three of them have hung out and they've done their whole throuple stuff and all that. Like, I get all of that. But I think for the purposes of the show, knowing it's going to come on TV, I feel like she was creating a storyline for herself. I feel like she was creating a storyline for herself and using her friend's marriage as possibly collateral damage. Because I just that scene made me cringe. That scene was cringy for me. And then when she was even talking about Joy doing the patent and the copywriting and all of that. Again, if you enjoy our friends, which you said that that's your friend, if you enjoy our friends, why wouldn't you say, Cliff, don't worry about it. I'm going to call Joy and we're going to talk and I'm going to help her get this together. But that wasn't your attitude. Your attitude was, she don't know what she's doing. You need to get me to help you. You know, I got you. You know, I got your back. Joy don't know what she's doing. You tell Joy I got this. But if y'all was really this throuple, this friendship, and you had the information and you had all of the information she needed, if that was your friend for real, you would have been like, Cliff, we got you, boo. Don't worry about it. I'ma call Joy. I'm gonna set something up. I'm gonna go over to the house. So me and Joy gonna meet up. I'm gonna make sure all the paperwork is in. Legally, you could probably still do this, but I wouldn't recommend you do that. Let me see what Joy's already done. Let me see what else needs to be done. Let me see what maybe I could expedite, and we're gonna get this thing rolling. But your attitude was very much, she can't do it like I do it. That's how it hit me. That's how it hit me. She can't do it like I do it. And I felt, I don't know, y'all. It made me feel a little cringy, but I'm gonna expand on why I'm saying some of this. If you don't get it, and that's fine. I'm gonna expand on why I say some of this when we get to the end of this episode, and I give y'all some of this tea that Carmen done spilled. Okay. Did Clifton and this lady already have sex? Not on camera. They did not speak on that, and they did not allude to it. Would I be surprised to find out if they had sex? No, I wouldn't be surprised. But they have never said anything to that effect. But Carmen was definitely one of Clifton's top choices on the show. She was definitely one of his top picks, along with Joy and the other girl. I can't remember her name. Okay. So after that, we see Winter in the studio with her sister talking about her relationship. And basically her sister is just telling her, slow down. Her sister was like, listen, what we don't want is a repeat of the last situation. We want you to slow down because you have a tendency, Zakia, thank you, Stacey Renee. Slow down because you have a tendency of going too fast and doing too much. And so we want you to slow down a little bit, girl. And she was like, what are you talking about? There have only been 3 men that, that this happened with. And she was like, you don't think the father, what about your son's father? I mean, your children's father. And she was like, well, that marriage was a shotgun marriage because the baby was here. Exactly. If you had to get married because you were pregnant, maybe she said the parents made them do it. And y'all had only known each other a couple of months. Then that says that y'all was moving kind of fast. This relationship is 4 months old. Girl, slow down. Slow down. So the Tylers and the Quicks meet up. DJ Quicksilver and Ashley are meeting up with the Tylers because so they could talk out the situation with Lil Jamie. Here's my first problem. My first problem is this. Jamie, I've noticed that Jamie's doing it. I noticed that Urena's doing it. I'm not sure about Ashley, but I know that Jamie's doing it and Urena's doing it. Green screens are done after the fact. They're not doing these green screens in real time. But the key to a good green screen is that you are speaking to where you were in the moment that this happened. And what I'm noticing that Jamie's doing, and like I said, Urena to a smaller extent, but Jamie is definitely doing it. He is speaking to what he knows happened. So, for example, in his green screen, he made a comment about, Quick gonna blame me. He gonna try to put it on me, but that's my son. If I want to call my son a bum, I can call my son a bum. Literally, that's exactly what Quick said in the argument. And that makes me feel like you are speaking to what already happened instead of speaking to what the moment, if that makes sense what I'm saying. And it takes away from the perspective of the green screen. And I know it's a hard thing to do, especially since we know that this whole season is just wonky. Like, this shit happened a year ago that we talking about. So who knows when they did the damn green screen, right? So I don't know all of that in context. However, that is very interesting to me. That is very interesting to me. But with that being said, I have a couple of problems with this. I'm gonna try to go bit by bit by bit, right? So the first thing I'm gonna say is, Quick, you should have, and I don't know how it was edited, but Quick, you should have started it with, I apologize. I never meant to make you feel any kind of way. I never meant to hurt you. You know that I believe in you, and I shouldn't have used you because your wife told you in real time. See, going back to that original conversation, when he said it in that original conversation, Ashley told him then, don't call him a bad kid. Don't do that. Don't use that term. So when the shit hit the fan, that should have been the first thing out your mouth, because your wife told you in real time, don't say that. Don't say that. So the fact that Lil Jamie got offended by it, your attitude really should have walked in. You really should have walked in that door more humble. That is on me. That's my opinion. The second thing is, I absolutely hate, and I know hate is a strong word, but I hate when adults use the word bad to describe a child. I don't like it. I don't like, oh, he bad. Oh, she's so bad. I don't like it. I don't use it. And y'all know I work around children all day long. And I don't use it. I find other ways to describe the behavior. But to just say bad is such a catch-all. And it absolutely will put a child on edge. That word bad. Jamie made some bad decisions. Yes. Jamie did some things that cost him opportunities. Absolutely. Like, all of that is great. But I just don't like that term bad. Now, taking that out of the equation, So that's how I feel about that. Quick, you should have started with the apology. You ended with the apology, but you should have started with the apology. I don't like the word bad, so I don't like anybody using that word bad when they describe a child. You didn't need to use Lil Jamie as an excuse as it relates to your son. Deal with your son and whatever the hell your son did or didn't do. We ain't talking about that. But on the flip side, Lil Jamie, bro, you was bad. I'm sorry. You made bad decisions that cost you opportunities. You played football, but because you couldn't keep your grades, you couldn't pursue. That doesn't mean you would have went to the NFL, but maybe you would have been able to go to college on a scholarship. Maybe it would have given you an opportunity to travel. Like playing sports isn't always about getting to the professional level and becoming a millionaire, right? Playing sports is about the opportunities that playing sports provides. Sometimes it's just opening up your world. You're meeting people, you're traveling, you're going places you've never been before. Your son, I mean, your father was a police officer. You could have put your father's job in jeopardy with some of the decisions that you made, right? Fast forward, you are now 26 years old, living between your parents and your girlfriend's house, driving a car that your parents bought you that sometimes you can't even afford to put gas in. Now, here's the thing. These ain't things I'm making up. These are things your parents told us. So you're mad at Quick about the comments that he made. And I've already dealt with Quick. But all of this information is stuff your parents told us. Your parents told us this about you. So you are dealing with the consequences of your bad decisions. And because your parents are still giving you a soft landing, you still ain't really dealing with the consequences that you really could be dealing with. Because your parents are giving you a soft landing. With that, they showed that unaired clip of Urena saying that she wished that she had put her foot down with Lil Jamie and da 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 da. You need to put your foot down now. And I know that's a hard thing to do. And I'm not a parent, but let me tell you something. My brother, and y'all, for those who know, I celebrate my brother. My brother's birthday was this week. He's passed away, and my brother made some up decisions. I mean, bad decisions in his life that cost him a lot of opportunities. And the one thing that my brother said to me that it sticks with me, and it'll probably stick with me until I die. My brother said to me, he said the best thing that our mother ever did for him was to cut him off. Because see, he was her baby boy. And she was the last one. My father was like, nope, I ain't helping you no more. All of the, the grandparents, the aunts, the uncles, like everybody was like, nope. And my mother was the last one holding on. She was the last one holding on. And when she finally said, that's it, I'm done. That's when he finally started getting his shit together. Now, it wasn't overnight. It wasn't overnight. But that's when he finally started getting his shit together because he knew that his last soft landing was gone. And he knew that the next time he fell, it was going to be concrete. The trampoline, the feathers, all that was gone. Me and my brother looking like people tell me that, listen, first of all, it's 8 years between me and my brother. My brother was 8 years older than me. But people literally would see us and thought we were twins. Like people literally were like, is that your twin? And a couple of times people go with it. People like, yeah, we twins. But people say that all the time that me and my brother look alike. Granted, that's all true, but Quick spoke on it publicly, and in turn, I feel Lil Jamie was allowed to voice his frustration publicly. Quick came out condescending and judgmental to me. I agree, because y'all know that I am the queen of you apologize in the same way you disrespect me. I'm the queen of that. I'm the queen of it. I feel like this conversation should have happened on camera. Full stop. I don't necessarily feel like it needed to play out on social media. I mean, it's interesting for us. I mean, it gives me something to talk about as a blogger. We get he tweeted this. Oh, she responded. Oh, hashtag. But in the grand scheme of things, and it gives the show content, right? Do I think the conversation should have been had? Absolutely. I just don't necessarily know because again, taking the social media piece out of this, it's that whole putting it on everything on social media piece. You know what I'm saying? Now I agree with that, Kim. DJ Quick could have very easily, and Jamie said that too. Quick could have just as easily used himself as he has in the past. I mean, Quick has talked about his past, but in that moment, he didn't have to use Jamie as an excuse. He could have used himself. I agree with that 100%. Listen, little Jamie had every right to feel the way he felt. I'm not saying that he didn't have a right to feel the way he felt. He had every right to feel the way he felt. And he had every right to be mad about it. And if he had texted Quick and cussed Quick ass out, I wouldn't have had no problems with that. And I'm not even saying that he was 100% wrong for going to social media. I just feel like he could have handled it better. And I was just agreeing with what Ashley was saying, that is how we handle shit these days. Hell, Ashley be tweeting all day, every day about this damn show. So let's be clear. We all put our shit on social media sometimes. I don't, but you know. But yeah. But again, and I agree to this because I agree that it's a combination. In the original context, I really think Quick was overdoing it, using himself, or Lil Jamie was extreme. I don't think so. I don't think so. And again, this is coming from an educator that deals with kids all day long. And I think part of the problem, not to go left, but I think part of the problem is that we don't take these things seriously and we act like it's not a big deal when it is a big deal. It absolutely is. And I don't think people understand, like going back to the original conversation, Quick was upset because he was saying that Ashley is babying their son and doing too much for their son, waking him up for school. He's literally in high school. Like, I don't disagree with what Quick was saying at all. The boy got suspended. And here's the thing, when they told the story about why he got suspended because he took matters into his own hands and he didn't let an adult know what happened. If y'all remember the story about why their son got suspended from school, he said somebody had took his jacket or took his coat or his book bag or whatever. And he found out where it was. And he took it upon himself to walk into the classroom, take the bag back, and walk out. Sometimes, no matter how right you are, you're still wrong. He had absolutely no right. First of all, if he was in the hallway, that means he wasn't in the class he was supposed to be in. Second of all, he walked into somebody's classroom, disrupted their class to take something, yes, it was his, to take it and walk out of the classroom. Instead of telling an adult, so-and-so has my book bag. Now, he probably goes to a private school where the rules are a lot more strict than at a public school, and that's where the suspension came into play. But let's be clear. It wasn't like what he did was, all he did was, no. What he did was he took matters into his own hands instead of allowing an adult to resolve the situation. What if that boy had, right, Stacy? What if that boy had hauled off and punched him in his mouth? Now there's a fight in the middle of the classroom, in the middle of my class, because I'm telling you, if it's me, Houston, we got a problem. Let a kid walk in my room and decide they're going to take something out of my room away from a kid. Let a kid walk in my classroom in the middle of my class and disrupt my class. Houston, we got a problem. So again, I think that's part of the problem, is that we act like nothing is a big deal, and it is. So I don't think Quick was being melodramatic. I don't think he was overreacting. I think his point was valid in saying, look, that's how this shit starts. And what I don't want is for it to continue to escalate before it gets to a point where now we gotta get a lawyer because our child that got itself in the whole situation. You see what I'm saying? So so that's it. That's me. But again, I deal with it every day, and I do see it every day. So yeah. Kim said, I never liked DJ Quick. I'm sorry. From when they were Clown and Winner, DJ ain't never publicly made mistakes. Remember when he set up his female co-worker? I don't know nothing you talking about, Kim. His female co-worker. I don't know what you're talking about. But in the original context, I honestly think, I just read that. I understand that side too. Personally, I would have called Quick and told him how I felt to his face, but I can also see why little Jamie turned to social media instead. Yeah, so that's that. Again, and I understand what Jamie's saying too. Like, listen, at the end of the day, that's my son. So if I want to call my son an asshole, I'm gonna call my son an asshole. That's me. That's mine. He's mine. I can say that, but you can't. And we already know that that's the rule. I can talk about my mama, I can talk about my brother, I can talk about my sister, but you can't. You can't. I can talk about my child, you can't. I can call my child an asshole. I bet you won't. So I understood that. So exactly, powerful. The internet works for positive and negative. Okay. Here, this next scene that happened. Well, actually, no, rewind. The next scene we had was Joy and Clifton, where Clifton is letting Joy know that basically he's gonna let Carmen handle the situation, and you could tell Joy had an attitude about it. You can tell she felt some kind of way. But let me tell you what's gonna get Clifton in trouble. Let me tell you what's happening right now in the Petty household. Clifton's confessionals are gonna get him in trouble. Did you see his confessionals tonight? Where he was basically saying that Joy could do better and she was slacking and there's no excuse. If you say you're going to do it, you need to do it. And I was like, oh, Cliff going to be sleeping in the spare bedroom tonight because some of his little confessionals was a lie. Said, ooh, somebody going to be in trouble. I just saying. Now, this next scene is part of the reason why I was hesitating about reviewing this season. Okay. What he was saying wasn't wrong. His delivery was messy. This is what I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with that, child, because I ain't had my hair done and it was getting a little too wild. It wasn't taming. It wasn't taming. Y'all know I can't do nothing with my hair. Listen, if it gets to the point where it ain't taming, I do have a flat iron, but I don't feel like it. So yeah, I put in a ponytail. Hopefully I'll be getting my hair done on Tuesday. Hopefully. This how y'all know how busy I've been. I haven't had y'all know I keep my hair done. I keep my appointments. Baby, I just haven't had time. Every day after work, I have had something to do. And when I was available, she wasn't available. So y'all know that's how busy I've been, that I ain't had time to get my hair done. But hopefully on Tuesday, baby. Hopefully. Hopefully Tuesday. I'm gonna try to oh, thank you, Jazz Hop. Thank you, boo. I'm gonna try to I might try to flat iron it tomorrow, but I ain't put heat on my hands so long myself. So the next scene, like I said, that's the one that Ashley Quick is talking about. The fellas are going down to the wrestling. He's invested in a wrestling league, C3W, and he's taking the guys down there to kind of, see what it's about. Here's my problem, and here's why I'm real hesitant about where the rest of this season is going, y'all. Ashley, you know how this works. You know what it is. You know that it's a reality show, and you got group scenes, and you got one-on-one scenes. The same reason why Joy came to your party, even though she hadn't been talking to you, and even though you ain't even know she was going to still show up, but you still invited her, is the same reason why Quick invited Cliff to the wrestling thing. It's a reality show. That is what we have to do. And I didn't like the fact that Ashley sat there and had an attitude with Quick and was like, I mean, if you want to hang out with Cliff, then you can. Cliff, the big red dog. But if you want to hang with somebody that, said this about your wife and caused your wife jealous, and I didn't like that, because I was like, once again, we're creating this divide. Look, on a reality, this is what I said. Everybody ain't cut out for reality TV, because everybody don't have the temperament for what it is on an ensemble situation, right? And what I mean by that, this is what I've been saying about the Real Housewives of Potomac. Either y'all gonna get over that shit, or somebody gotta go. Because it doesn't work if everybody is in their own corner doing their own thing. It doesn't work. So if you're going to make Quick feel some kind of way about doing a group scene with the guys because you got a problem with Cliff, and you're going to make Urena feel some kind of way because Urena is friends with Joy and friends with you, this shit doesn't work. And either you're going to have to figure out a way to get over this shit, or you're just going to have to leave the show. Now, I don't have a problem with Ashley. I really don't. I know a lot of people don't like her, and I don't have that issue. But in the context of making a successful ensemble reality show, either we gonna get over this shit, or somebody gotta go. And I didn't like the way Ashley acted in that whole moment, because Quick is doing what Quick is supposed to be doing. Number one, it's helping promote his damn business. The man done told us he invested in this wrestling league. So part of that whole scene was about him promoting his business. You should want him to successfully promote his business, because if the business is successful, y'all are successful. You know what I'm saying? So number one, it's business. If nothing else, you should be putting that shit aside, because it's business. That's number one. And number two, and again, I'm not saying that everybody should put everything aside. What I'm saying is, if there's something that was done or said that you can't get past, then you need to make a decision. And that's the same thing I say about the Real Housewives of Potomac. Listen, I understand why Candace don't want to F with Giselle. I get it. 120% I get it. But the show ain't gonna work if y'all can't ever be in the same. It just don't. The whole concept of what this is doesn't work. It just doesn't work, with people constantly having to pick sides. And that's how we end up with scenes like the 4 women getting on a sprinter, riding down to Surrey County to rake leaves for 10 minutes and do some fucking cartwheels in the field and eat Uber Eats that was delivered on camera out of a damn brown paper bag. Like, that is how we get shit like that. Because production is like, well, we are not going to put a whole lot of money into a scene that only got 4 people in it. That's why they came back around and told Karen, nah, ma'am, you got to invite some more people. You can't just have, we not put, listen, we're not sending a whole production crew to Surrey County for 2 hours. We're not doing that. They was on the Sprinter longer than they were in Surrey. It took them longer to get there than they stayed there. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So it just doesn't work. It's not conducive to filming an ensemble show. I don't think I could do reality. Now, could I be in a scene or two if I knew people on reality TV and they invited me to come down? Yeah, I could do that. But do I want to be a main character on a reality show? I have no desire. So anyway, the fellas go down to the wrestling league. I thought this was a cute scene because the guys, they actually did some wrestling moves, even though they was talking shit. Jamie was like, "Look, I'm almost 50 years old. I ain't doing this shit." Cliff was like, "This let you know how your testosterone gets to you." Cliff just had back surgery, but because everybody else was doing it, he was like, "Man, I can't stay here and look like no punk. So let me body slam somebody." Sir, what? Sir, you literally just had back surgery. And you picked up a whole human being and threw them on the mat? That's what we did. So then Cliff is talking to the guys about what he got going on with Joy and Carmen. This was clearly a production conversation. Clearly, Cliff production told Cliff to bring it up because there's nowhere in the world that I'm going to believe that Cliff will bring that conversation up in front of Black, who your wife won't even be in the same room with, who your wife absolutely hates, who your wife said cheated her and did all these horrible things to her. You're going to have a conversation with him about what your wife not doing? You're not going to have the conversation with Quick, who literally just told you last week that maybe his wife was jealous of your wife. Like, that was just such an unrealistic conversation. However, I think them guys gave you some good advice, though. I think those guys gave you some really good advice about handling business with your relationship and how it's hard, and maybe you might want to back up off the Carmen thing based on you and Carmen's relationship and how y'all met, and all of that. I definitely feel like that's where the rest of this season is going as far as Joy and Clifton's storyline. I definitely feel like that's where this whole Carmen throuple thing. Give me 2 seconds. Because I'm gonna come back with the tea. I'm gonna come back with the tea that Carmen spilled. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, Carmen, not Carmen, Cindy. So You said who Carmen is this? I don't know what you mean, who Carmen is this? Carmen is the friend of the one that the Clifton and Joy's friend. The one that does she's his publicist. He said she was his publicist. So Carmen was on Kamisha Reviews channel, and that's the link I have up here, Kamisha Reviews. So y'all can go over there and y'all can get the whole breakdown. It was the whole Kamisha does a panel on Sundays reviewing Love and Marriage DC. And Kamisha, she does a really good job of bringing people who are on the show. Will click her link, come up on the panel, very impromptu, and they be spilling tea. Now, tomorrow she's going live, and she said she already let us know she got a special guest coming. I don't know who the special guest is, but the special guest is somebody from the show, I think. Not Carmen, and it might be either Joy or Cliff to rebut some of what Carmen said. But let me tell y'all some of what Carmen said, and then y'all make sure. Yes, she was on Ready to Love with them. Yes. And then y'all make sure y'all get over to Kamisha's tomorrow. I'm not sure what time it is tomorrow, but it's tomorrow, usually around midday. Now, Carmen was over there. Carmen, Joy, and Clifton are not friends anymore. And because they are no longer friends, she was dropping tea. So let's rewind this clock a little bit. Let's go back to the beginning. Carmen said she confirmed. You like the Robert Palmer on me? Thank you, Bobo. She confirmed that Joy and Clifton they are married. She said they absolutely are married. She knows that for a fact. However, they are not married. They did not get married in Maryland. So a lot of people have been looking for their marriage certificate, and she would not say where they got married, but what she would say is that it was not the state of Maryland, which is where they live. So they got married somewhere else. Now, and she also said it depends. She was basically saying wherever they got married, the laws might not be that they have to file the marriage certificate. I don't know. But whatever it is, she did say they absolutely are married. Now, what she said was, I want to tell y'all what she said, and then I'm going to tell y'all what I think. Okay. So I want to make sure I get what she said versus what I think happened. Okay. So what she said was, Joy, it was Joy's idea not to tell anybody that they were married. She said that she was the one that set up the proposal. Remember when Cliff proposed to Joy, they did it on Fox 5 here in DC, the morning show here in DC. Carmen said that those were her contacts, that she set it up. Cliff said that he wanted to propose. Cliff wanted to propose, but he wanted to do it, and so she set it up so that they could do it like, spectacularly. She said the first that they heard, and when she says they, she means her and Clifton, the first that they heard that she didn't want a wedding was on the show when she was talking to Urena when they were at the wedding. Weren't they at like the dress shop or the wedding, the wedding shop? Carmen said that she was actually planning the wedding when they saw it. And Carmen was like, well, what the fuck am I running around planning a wedding for if you don't want a wedding? When she said that she didn't want to have a wedding because she wanted her father to walk her down the aisle and her father wasn't there to do it. So she didn't even want to do a wedding. And Carmen was like, okay, girl, well, when were you going to tell your husband and the person who was planning your wedding? I agree, powerful. I agree 100%. I do not like that either. I 100% agree with you. Then she said, like I said, I'm trying to remember what she absolutely said, and then I'm gonna tell y'all what I absolutely think happened. I'm trying to remember. It was something else I wanted to say. Hold on, let me look at my notes. I might have wrote it in my notes. Hold on. No, I didn't. It's something else that I want to say. Damn, I can't remember. She did say, yeah, she called John. She said that Joy was broke, but I'm gonna be honest, like I knew that. I knew Joy ain't really had no money. Like, I'm sorry. That didn't surprise me. Um, um, okay, I can't remember all the child. It was something else that she said, y'all, that I really try to remember what it was. But she definitely said that Joy, you know, that they were broke, whatever, whatever. That Joy did she now it sounds like she was throwing Joy all the way under the bus. She was just pushing Cliff a little bit. Pushing Cliff a little bit. Now, let me add my own 2 cents because a lot of stuff she did not come right out and say. A lot of stuff she just threw the innuendo out. So let me put her innuendos with my opinion, okay? So I wanted to get the what she absolutely said out of the way before I'm gonna tell you what I think, okay? So here's what I think. I think because she was trying to throw stuff out there. I think that Joy and Cliff got married, but they didn't say that they were married because they were trying to shop around and get a wedding special. They're the first couple on Ready to Love. At that time, I believe they were the first couple that actually got married. I think another couple got married or got divorced, or they were engaged and it broke off. We know about Simone and Rashid being engaged and the engagement got broken off. I think now there are about 2 or 3 more couples that have gotten engaged that met on Ready to Love. I know Sabrina and Walter just got engaged, and Camille and Cornelius got engaged over Christmas. So there are more couples now, but at the time that Joy and Cliff got married, I really think it was only Rashid and Simone that were dating or had been engaged at the time. And it's one other couple from that very first season. I always forget whether they got married and got divorced or they were living together and broke up, but whatever. So Joy doesn't sing on the cruise ships. Yes, Harold. Joy was a part of that conversation. So here's what I think based on what Carmen was saying, and you could take that with a grain of salt because Carmen definitely came off as a scorned lover. We're going to get to that in a minute. But based on what she said, she just said that on Ashley's live. Okay, so she's making the rounds. Okay. I absolutely believe that Joy and Clifton wanted to get a wedding special. They wanted their own wedding special. And here's the thing: Rashid and Simone shopped the wedding special to OWN. They managed to actually get their engagement on the show, but I know that OWN reached out to them about doing that when because Rashid and Simone were so public about dating, and because they stayed with the OWN brand, they were review Ready to Love. They still went to functions and events. When Ready to Love had different things, they were still very much a part of the OWN family. So I know that production reached out to Simone and Rashid told them when he was ready to propose, he would let them know. And that's how they got that whole thing linked up when he proposed on the show. They were trying to get that. They were trying to get some sort of wedding special. So they got married. They kept it a secret. They were planning this wedding in the hopes that they would pick up some steam, right? That somebody would pick it up. Carmen, I absolutely 100% believe. I do not believe that my opinion, this is my opinion. I do not believe that Carmen's intentions were 100% pure. That's my opinion. I'm not gonna say that I think Carmen was trying to sleep with Clifton. I don't think it was that deep. Like, I mean, I don't think she was going to do that. But I absolutely don't think that Carmen. I don't think Carmen liked Joy. Period. I just don't think she did. I'm not gonna say she never liked Joy, but I do not think Carmen liked Joy. Um, Carmen is very upset because she said that Joy is acting like Carmen never did anything for them. Carmen never helped them do any, get anything done. From my understanding, Clifton and Joy are going to be on Below Deck because Carmen got them. Carmen was on Below Deck last season. They asked her to come back, and she brought Clifton and Joy. She said, basically, I'm the one that got y'all asses on Bravo. Like, don't play with me. I brought this opportunity to you. I brought that opportunity to you. I did this for you. I did that for you. You know, um, but a lot of the way she said it was just very angry. And very much, now that I don't fuck with you anymore, nothing you did or said is right. Like when she was on Kamisha, y'all go listen to it and y'all will hear what I mean. When she was on Kamisha's live last week, everything that Joy did was just wrong. You know what I mean? Like everything. It was, she defended Ashley. She was defending Ashley, and she was like, she told the whole story about Joy going to that party. And she told us what we already knew. Basically, production was like, you need to get your ass over there to that party. She was like, well, Joy never wanted to go, and I didn't understand. And this is it just came off very jaded lover to me. But again, I don't think that her and Clifton were doing anything, but I do think I just think that she just didn't like Joy. But I do believe that Joy, Cliff, and Carmen were trying to create we're trying to get or own. I do believe that. I believe that. Because I followed them on social media, and a lot of stuff that they were doing, when they say doing it for the gram, I think a lot of what they were doing was for the gram. I think they were trying to build up this lifestyle, build up this whole relationship. And I do think that they probably reached out to own production or wanted that. I do believe that. I 100% believe that. Sounds like a throuple gone wrong. Karma, let it go, baby. Listen, if Own was offering to pay for the whole wedding, I would have been here. Absolutely. Listen, that's not a listen. I'm not even saying that with no kind of shade. Like, if they were going to be able to get On to pay for that wedding, absolutely. Okay, absolutely. There, I'm not saying that like there's anything wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women on that show didn't care for Joy. I only felt she was cool with Joy because she was cool with Clifton. Hmm. Yeah. So it was something else, and I just can't remember. I should have wrote it down. I thought that write down wedding, I thought would trigger everything I wanted to say, and it didn't. But if she's on Ashley's live, that means she's making her rounds, child. She'll probably, before it's over with, and she let us know that that's the storyline. Basically, she let us know that's where the storyline is going with her, Clifton, and Joy, and they're gonna fall out. That's on camera. They fell out on the show. But that goes back to what I was telling you guys in the beginning with that scene with Clifton, that I felt like Carmen was creating a storyline for herself. I mean, Carmen ended up on the show, right? Not only did she end up on the show, she ended up having a storyline on the show. This was more water than tea. Well, I'm sorry, Kim. My bad. I thought I was giving y'all something. Clearly, I wasn't. Um, yeah, but that's exactly what It's something else. But anyway, I mean, I'm sure it's not nothing major, but it was something else she said, child. But either way, she made some real she said some really nasty. Oh, she said some really nasty stuff. And again, whether you like Joy or not, it just sounds very Jaded Lover. It does. Now I'm not saying that there was any hanky panky going on, but it sounds very much like Jaded Lover. It really does. And like I said, I mean, she was calling Joy out her name, you know. Again, like I said, she called Joy broke, which again, I mean, I don't know who thought Joy was rich. I didn't think Joy. I think Clifton makes a good living. I think Cliff makes a good living, but I don't think they're rich by any stretch of them. I think they live comfortable. I think they live comfortable, but I don't think they rich. Um, You thought the storyline was going somewhere different. Of course you did, Xavier. Lord knows where you thought the storyline was going, child. Lord knows where you thought the storyline was going, honey. I keep hesitating because I know I'm gonna remember it as soon as I get off of here. Probably, I'm gonna remember what I want to say as soon as I click off. Um, they never gave Wealthy. They gave their tech. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and and again, like y'all want to call Ashley a mean girl. I think Carmen is a mean girl, and I always did. I always thought Carmen was a mean girl, even when she was on the show. You know, and listening to her, like I said, you guys go over there and y'all listen for yourselves. It just came off very mean spirited. And again, you don't have to like Joy. I know that people who don't. I liked her on her season. I'm not too crazy about what I'm seeing on Love and Marriage Hunt DC, but I did like her on Ready to Love. I did. And I know a lot of people didn't like her after the reunion. The reunion wasn't a good look for her, but I still liked her. Overall, I still like Joy. Again, like I said, I don't like everything I'm seeing on this show from Joy, but I like Joy. But Carmen, again, even with the whole, again, I don't like when people do something for you and then throw it in your face. Like, I don't like that. Like, if you were helping me get on, if you were booking jobs for me, if you were helping me start my business, then do it. And if you were doing it for free, then don't throw it in my face later and call me broke because I couldn't afford you. Like, I don't like that. Because if you were doing it for free, you were doing it for free. You know what I'm saying? Harold said, I've turned over a new leaf for Joy. I want Joy. I didn't like her on Ready to Love. They need a mean girl on the show. It's that powerful. Yeah. So, anyway, let me get off of here. Hopefully they get my TV situation. I'm gonna have to get my TV situation straight. I told y'all I was gonna go to AT&T today. I ended up not going for a couple of reasons. When I got off my live, I called the tech and they were supposed I still didn't hear back from anybody. So I'm gonna call them tomorrow and probably get real nasty. I'm probably gonna get really nasty tomorrow because I was trying not to be nasty today. But the fact that I'd never heard back from anybody, that man left my house at 1:00. I ain't never heard back from a supervisor or nothing. And but I am gonna look into just doing the DirecTV online option. My only problem though is these damn commercials. I do not like watching the commercials, but the price difference, I just have to live with commercials. But I'm gonna go check that out tomorrow. I did say, I mean, I am gonna do that tomorrow. Anyway, y'all, let me get off of here. It is 12:00, child. Let me get off of here. And I will talk to y'all later. Mwah. Peace.